What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, where today on the video we're going to give you our 3-year review of what life has been like for us moving to northern Colorado, in Longmont particular. This is my beautiful wife, Greta. Welcome to the channel.
Well, thank you.
Glad
to be here.
This is the first time you've actually been in the studio and sitting down and discussing and doing a YouTube video. And this video is going to highlight our exact journey. So if you're looking to relocate to Longmont or northern Colorado, what we're going to do is give you our insider view of what life is like, the challenges we ran against. We're going to talk about things we like, things we don't like. Let's get into it. Now, for those of us who don't know, we have 2 kids. We didn't have 2 kids when we moved here. My wife was pregnant with our son Ziggy, and he was born right here in Longmont.
Yeah, we moved here when I was 34 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, for the guys out here, how many months is that?
That's almost 9 months.
So moving to a new city, new state, not knowing anybody besides my mother, which we'll get into later in this video, and then moving 9 months pregnant. So let me tell you, what we experienced was like probably the worst time you could possibly move.
Well, it was the middle of COVID and pregnant.
Seems like a great time.
Very ready to have a baby.
Yeah, ready to have a baby, ready to deal with COVID, town shut down. But here's the thing, we made it happen. We worked through everything.
Yeah, I had no idea who was delivering my baby.
And how has life turned out?
It's been good. It's been eventful. It's been a journey, an adventure, highs and lows, but more highs. Yeah, not a lot to complain about.
So why did we choose to relocate?
We chose to relocate because, well, we wanted to be closer to family, and we wanted. Oh, is that not?
No. So remember, I said earlier,
I thought that
we
was
are gonna, because Grandma is here.
Yeah.
So
Grandma's here.
That's why we relocated. We relocated purely predicated on wanting our children to have relationships, more established relationships with their grandparents. So Grandma is here in Longmont, and then shortly after we relocated, my dad also relocated here and lives up in Granby.
We forgot to mention, though, that we moved from Hawaii. So I cried a lot. I did. It was very hard to move away from Hawaii. It's paradise.
What kind of emotions?
Just sad.
What's going on?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Like, what's there not to talk about? Goodbye to our wonderful Maui cottage. And our last day in the beautiful state of Hawaii.
But Colorado has almost everything that we desire as an active family, minus the ocean, but lots of bodies of water here. So we're able to make it work.
What's your favorite?
Bodies of water?
Yeah.
Tequila. I'm kidding.
I guess the silver does look like water.
No, my favorite. Ooh, I mean, Macintosh is a hop, skip, and a jump from us. So I go there a lot, walk my dog, walk with the kids. There's playgrounds, 2 of them actually on there. But we like to venture over to Horsetooth and
That's it, Carter Lake.
Carter Lake.
Yeah.
They're all beautiful in their own different ways.
Now, as we're talking about relocating, not everything is easy. So what was the hardest thing that we had to overcome when we chose to relocate here?
Good question. Well, I will say, because we moved in the middle of COVID, with everything being shut down and people just being afraid to be around people, it was a little bit more challenging. But this community in Longmont has such a strong, like, even moms group, a moms community. So even in the midst of COVID, when nobody was hanging out, there was still so many that were reaching out, wanting and just really like longing for a relationship and community. And honestly, I made some of my best friends in what people consider some of the toughest times. And so that was a challenge, but also being that Longmont is such an amazing community of people, we were still able to connect. As I said before, just the challenge of just moving away from something that was just such a beautiful place like Hawaii. Gosh, I really can't think of a ton of challenges. I know that sounds really weird, but
I think we were prepared, and we knew what we were up against.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things to where obviously, you know, we did relocate from Hawaii. We spent 8 years in Hawaii, 4 or 5 years on Oahu, the rest of the time on Maui. And, you know, obviously it's Hawaii. It's beautiful. So we did. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the craziness of the Inhofer residence once again. We've got Waverly, we've got Lico, we've got Greta back there. Gee, how you feeling about that? How you feeling about that transition?
I feel good. I feel hopeful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, in the meantime, let me just, Waverly, that sounds so beautiful. Let me just see if this view, if you guys can get that beautiful view. I tell you what, man, we love this place so much and love this island. Huh, Waverly? Waverly, can you look up and say hi? Can you say hi? Hi. I'm gonna say it right now. Maui, the Hawaiian Islands, the Inhofers will see you again. So we did quickly relocate to South Dakota to chase some real estate deals down, to buy some investment properties. And that was a difficult transition. And then we transitioned from South Dakota to here in Colorado. And after moving and bouncing around for a little bit, it does feel good to have a space and a place to call home. So if that's what you're looking for, Longmont is going to help you grow. It's going to help you connect with other people like she was talking about. One of the biggest things about Longmont, Northern Colorado in general, is people want to engage with you. They want to know who you are. They want to know what you're about. They want to know if they want to invest any more time in you. And it happened pretty quickly and pretty easily. Like making friends was not difficult.
Yeah.
I would say the most difficult thing for me is leaving my surfboard, the beautiful ocean, the friends, the connections we had in Hawaii were really hard for me to give up, but we have done it. And we're telling you guys, that's 3,500 miles away. We've transplanted ourselves here. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is all of my stuff, or all of our stuff, whole entire house. We condensed down into the back of a pickup, and thank you to Kiko for letting us borrow his truck. So there it is. Whole house full of stuff right there. Last time we moved with 2 duffel bags. We moved to Hawaii with 2 duffel bags, and we're leaving Hawaii with a truckload of stuff and a baby and a dog. So that's all right. Here, Waverly, can you hold this? Hold it right there. Hold it. There you go. Hold it right like that. Wow. You helping right there?
Come on, push it. There you go.
Hey, Waverly, look, do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you like the camera? Wow.
Waverly, how do you feel about being on an airplane?
Wow.
Wow! All right.
We're gonna fly. We're gonna fly.
Built a beautiful community of friends, of support, of kids coming over to the house. Man, we got people over here pretty much all of the time. Thank you.
Yeah, I will say it is rare that I go to the grocery store or another store or the gym and I don't run into somebody that I know. And to me, that feels like home. So I love that.
Now, what is your favorite part about living in Northern Colorado?
Oh, the beauty. I mean, the mountains, like right now, it's just almost 60 degrees. It's November 10th. The sun is shining, but then you've got like the backdrop of the snow-capped mountains, and it literally takes my breath away. So the beauty is one of my favorite parts, the adventure. There's so much to do here. And here in Longmont, we're so close to all these other lovely different cities and towns. And Noah thinks I'm a little crazy because I'll look up a park that's 45 minutes away because we haven't checked that park out yet. And that happened to be in Greeley. And it's massive. And I'm telling my kids, we're going the next, sunny day. And he goes,
it's an hour away. I'm
and
not
I said,
driving an hour to a stinking park.
Yeah, but there's parks everywhere, every which direction. So yeah, going back to my favorite things, the beauty, the adventure, there's so much to do. There's great restaurants. Mountain people are just good people. They say that mountain people or Colorado people are the closest type of people to Hawaiians. And I can see that because people are just very friendly. So, and I've heard that time and time again. Even that guy that you just sold a house to, he said, gosh, people are so friendly here. So I don't know. I like that.
It's a good problem to have. Unless you're the type of person who just does not like talking to people, you are not going to want to live in Colorado because people are going to engage you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to chat you up at the grocery store if you're out walking your dog or for a bike ride. When you pass people, they are going to say hi to you. They're going to engage you. Your neighbors are going to want to know who you are, what you're about. And it is. So I was really hoping your favorite part of Colorado wasn't going to be my favorite part of Colorado. Some of the things that we've gotten to experience and do here with our kids, we have camped and traveled all over the Rocky Mountains and had so many amazing experiences in nature with adventure and just being able to spend time with our kids out in the mountains, getting dirt underneath their fingernails, smelling like campfire. That's like my favorite part of Colorado is, hey, you don't have to take a week vacation to go have a vacation experience. You literally can just leave your house, drive 12 minutes up the road, and you're in the mountains having a vacation experience. Yeah. But you can do it on a weekend or an afternoon.
We've camped as close as 15 minutes from our home to as far as the 6
dunes.
Hours, Moab.
Yeah.
Oh. The dunes, everything is just relatively close, but 15 minutes away from our house. We felt a little silly, like jumping into the car and, making 2 right turns. And there we were. But man, we were literally in a pocket of the foothills, the mountains. And it was just so beautiful. And it doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. It is. Now, I did say earlier on in the video that we were going to discuss, because we want to share our experience. The good, the bad, the ugly. There's definitely the good, there's the good, there's the good. There's nothing ugly about Colorado. So what has been the most difficult or worst part? What is the worst part of Longmont, Colorado, or just these little pockets of northern Colorado?
Oh, geez, the worst part. In full transparency, we moved to Hawaii for a reason. We wanted to get away from winter. So the winters are really mild here. They're very doable, but we don't love the winter. At least I don't.
I was freaking out. I was like, oh, we're going to move somewhere where there's winter. Oh my gosh. I had these visions of icicles hanging off my beard. Oh, horrible out scraping your car windows and blizzards and all this stuff. I was wrong. Winters, we have 300 days of sunshine here, and winters are, here's the thing. I talk about this in some of my other videos. You need a quiver of coats because one day you're going to need your snow gear, and then the next it's going to be sunny and 60 degrees. So you put on your winter coat very sparingly throughout the winter, but you are going to have some of those days. So weather, that is a good one. I would say for me on here, one of the negative aspects when you're moving here that can kind of be a shock is the cost of living and the cost of homes. Now, it's negative because it shocked me, but it's positive in the fact that when you do purchase a home, Colorado has had 22 years of constant appreciation, which means that when you do get a home and you do move forward with that you are going to build wealth way more here than in other real estate markets across the country. So there you have some negative aspects of, hey, we got winter here, it's not bad. Cost of real estate, cost of home ownership. How would you say the cost of living is minus? I have to ask her this because I don't do the grocery shopping. So what's the cost of living minus housing? How would you compare it to South Dakota?
I think it's pretty comparable. I mean, South Dakota is not an expensive place to live. I think food-wise, like groceries, restaurants, it's pretty comparable. Now, I tend to shop pretty healthy. I like to buy organic, you know, fruits and vegetables. So it's a little bit higher, of course, right? But I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's any more expensive than if you were to go somewhere like the Midwest.
Whoa, okay. There we go. What is one piece of advice or one thing that you would tell somebody if they were thinking about relocating to Colorado?
I'd say do it. It's one piece of advice. Just do it.
Wow.
If you're thinking about it, that means that there's a reason for it. It's on your heart. Follow your heart. You really have nothing to lose.
I follow my heart to more adventure.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, she said winters. It's a really easy thing to have fun here during the winter because you just drive up the mountain, go snowboarding, skiing. There's hot springs all over the place. And because of the climate and beauty, you know, you can get out and do stuff in the winter. You're not locked in your house. Freezing cold weather for days at a time, overcast, it just doesn't happen here.
No, I mean, it's not uncommon for it to be December and 45 degrees and sunny, and people are actually sitting outside at restaurants and breweries because the sun is so warm here that it's just doable. You know, we've got the dry heat, the dry winters, so it's very doable. So if you like to be outdoors, this is a great place to be.
0% humidity. It's not good for the dreads, let me tell you. What is one thing that you have learned about Colorado, Northern Colorado, since moving here?
What have I learned?
Yeah, what's one thing that you've learned that you want to share with people who might be watching this video?
You know, I think the first thing that comes to mind is people have a lot of respect for this state. And there's a lot of local native Coloradans or Coloradians.
Coloradan.
Are you sure it's not DNs?
I looked it up. Yeah.
Okay, Coloradans. Which I actually respect that. So I don't see a lot of trash. It's a very clean state, especially, you know, where we live, of course, you know, but I haven't noticed it anywhere else. So I like that. People really, really want to keep this place clean, healthy. It is a very active state, as in, like, if the sun is shining, people are, sometimes even when the sun's not shining, people are out walking. There are so many trails here. People are biking, walking. I mean, whatever kind of outdoor sport that you can possibly do, you will see it. So
this is the first state I've actually lived to where you will see people out biking in the wintertime. The people that bike, the bikers, if that's you, this is a great place. There's bike lanes everywhere. There's bike pathways that interconnect every single part of the city. And even in the dead of winter, you will see people out on their bikes. Now, what people do, unbeknownst to me, I'm not much of a biker. I've got a mountain bike. I don't bike during the winter though, I'll tell you that much. But what they do is they put these snow tires on their bike and they're able to ride to work, to the grocery store, wherever they want to go. So that is a little bit interesting. So you talked about something that you would tell somebody who's thinking about relocating is the fact that people here are passionate about the state. They're passionate about outdoors, adventure, movement, health, wellness.
You know, if you're a family moving out here, it is a wonderful community for families. Lots of good schools. I'm very happy with the schools that our kids are going to. A little plug, one of the schools that our children go to, actually, they strive to be the safest school in Boulder County, which I think is phenomenal. It's unfortunate, it's the times that we live in, but to me, it gives me peace of heart, or peace of mind, sorry. Hit that.
It's okay.
Okay.
One of the things that I've personally learned about Colorado since relocating, and we knew nothing. Like I think you came out here and visited more than I did. You came out with my mom.
Yeah, I came out
one time. I only came one time for my grandma's like 85th birthday or something like that. And then we just moved here. So
I think also too, and I like this, there's a lot of people moving here. And so it's good because I think, you know, when somebody is new here, they are looking for those friendships and looking for those communities. So you will run into a lot of people that have just moved here within, you know, the last year or so. I like that. It's just a nice, beautiful, mixed, you know, group of people.
So when we were talking earlier, one of the things that I said, hey, what's the one of the worst things about living here? Some people might actually take this as bad. We don't.
Yeah.
But Colorado, Longmont, I mean, let's just go down the list here. You have Erie, Longmont, Firestone, Frederick, Berthoud, Loveland, Johnstown, Windsor, Meade, all the way from Denver to Fort Collins. You're gonna find these little towns, and every single one of them is gonna have something a little bit different to offer. They all fall into the same lump. They're all small, they're all connected, they're all beautiful communities, but they all are growing. So we're talking master plan communities, new churches, new schools, new community centers, new roads, new parks.
Lots of beautiful new parks. That is huge for me.
All new. And so if you're somebody who doesn't like growth, doesn't like construction, the dust, whatever bothers you, you know, this might be, you might want to reach out to me and get a little bit more information on what that looks like and what areas you're looking at, because if you don't like it, you might not enjoy this particular Northern Colorado corridor. If you don't enjoy that, I would say to look up in the mountains, start at Lyons, and kind of go back up that way, because you're going to find these mountain towns that really don't have a whole lot of development. They're kind of very established, and that's kind of just what they are. And the reason being that you can't have a whole lot of development is because everything's rock.
Yep.
You can't really build any more houses if there's no room to build any more houses on the side of the mountain.
Sunsets are great. They're very beautiful here.
They are beautiful. I do like that. You go pick up the kids. I go pick up my kids down the street here at the school, and you know, you turn back around to look at the mountains and you see these beautiful colors. Man, it is really pretty here.
It's very pretty.
We got the fall colors going on right now.
Yep.
Holy smokes. Guys, we just wanted to sit down and have just an open conversation, because I know that, you know, the female way of looking at things when you are a woman is different than when you are a man. And I just wanted to give you guys a different perspective of having both sides of that coin in what we experienced moving here, how our experience has been, and it's been good.
Yeah, and I do also want to quickly say too, because we talked about winter, and if you're worried, you know, if you have kids and you're worried, and maybe if you don't even have kids, but if you're like, well, what am I going to do on those real cold days that I don't feel like bundling up and going outside? There is a lot of indoor activities as well. And he knows, I search those out. I've got a radar for those things. So anything from gymnastics to indoor sports to all kinds of museums, interactive museums for children, trampoline parks, bounce houses. Like, I mean, the list just goes on. And I'm finding new ones literally on a weekly basis. And I've got a list.
For 3.5 years.
I've got a list.
So if you want that list, drop a comment down there and I'll make sure and get that for my wife. I'll have her organize that list specifically for you. Yo guys, my name is Noah, the real estate hippie, and my phone number is going to pop up right down here. If you have any questions about anything that we talked about, you want to get more information, I'm the one who answers all the text messages, all the phone calls, and all the emails from people just like you every single day looking to relocate to beautiful Northern Colorado.